Have you ever gone to bed feeling just fine, only to wake up in the middle of the night, restless heart, pounding, maybe even short of breath? You try to tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe it's just age, maybe it's the weather, or maybe it's just another restless night. But what if it's not? What if the real reason isn't your age or your mattress, but something you ate just before bed? See, after the age of 60, our bodies change in ways we can't always feel right away. The foods we once enjoyed without a second thought can start to work against us, especially at night when our bodies are trying to rest and repair. And here's something most people don't realize. Certain foods, even ones that seem innocent, can silently raise your blood pressure, disturb your heart rhythm, trigger acid reflux, or rob you of the deep healing sleep your body desperately needs. In fact, one of the foods we're going to talk about today has even been linked to heart attacks that happen during sleep. And it's food number 4. You won't want to miss it. Now don't worry, this isn't about fear. It's about knowledge, power, and protecting the precious years you've earned. Because when you know what to avoid, you can make simple, smart choices that help you sleep better, feel stronger, and wake up each morning with more energy and peace of mind. Today we're uncovering 6 foods seniors over 60 should never eat before bed, and what you can choose instead to keep your heart, your brain, and your body safe. While you're here, I'd love to hear from you. What's your go-to late-night snack? Drop it in the comments and see if it shows up on today's list. And if living longer, stronger, and wiser matters to you, don't forget to tap that subscribe button. You deserve to wake up feeling your best every single day. Food number 1, spicy foods. Let's start with something that surprises many people: spicy foods. For years, Mr. Collins, a lively 71-year-old retired teacher, made his famous homemade chili every Sunday evening. He loved it, hot-loaded with jalapenos and red pepper flakes. It became a weekly ritual, a way to keep his spirit young. But over time, he noticed something odd. Some nights after enjoying his spicy dinner, he would wake up with a strange tightness in his chest. Other times, he felt a burning sensation crawling up his throat. Sometimes he even woke up coughing or gasping for air. It scared him, but he brushed it off. After all, he told himself, getting older comes with aches and pains. What Mr. Collins didn't realize was that spicy foods can seriously disrupt the body's ability to rest. Spicy meals stimulate acid production in the stomach. When you lie down soon after eating, especially as you get older, and your digestive muscles weaken, that acid can flow backward into your esophagus. This is known as acid reflux, and it can feel almost identical to a heart attack. Chest pressure, shortness of breath, even pain radiating into the neck or arm. For seniors, this confusion can be dangerous. Many end up in emergency rooms at night, fearing the worst when it's really their dinner causing the symptoms. But even when acid reflux isn't severe, it still damages your sleep. Heartburn discomfort can make it harder to stay asleep. You toss and turn, missing out on the deep, restorative stages of rest your body desperately needs. Over time, poor sleep weakens your immune system, raises blood pressure, and drains your energy during the day. The good news is, you don't have to give up flavorful food entirely. It's all about timing and choice. If you love spicy meals, try to enjoy them at lunch instead of dinner. Give your body plenty of time, at least 3 hours, to digest before lying down. And in the evening, swap heavy spice for gentler seasonings, like basil, oregano, or parsley. Your stomach, your sleep, and your heart will thank you. Food number 2, sugary desserts. For many seniors, a small sweet treat after dinner feels like a harmless pleasure. That was certainly true for Mrs. Edna, a 68-year-old grandmother who loved baking. Every evening after dinner, she would reward herself with a slice of homemade pie or a scoop of ice cream. It was her little ritual, a moment of comfort at the end of the day. But over time, Edna began to notice that her nights were not as restful as they used to be. She woke up frequently tossing and turning, often drenched in sweat. Some mornings, she felt more exhausted than before she went to bed. At first, Edna thought the restless nights were simply part of aging. But the truth was more surprising. The sugar she was eating before bed was quietly disrupting her body's natural rhythms. When you consume sugary desserts late at night, your blood sugar spikes sharply. This sudden surge triggers a release of insulin, followed by a crash. Instead of easing into a deep, restorative sleep, your body stays alert. Your heart rate may increase, and your brain becomes more active. Essentially, sugar tells your body, stay awake, at the exact time you need to slow down and rest. Over time, repeated nighttime sugar Spikes can lead to more serious issues. They increase inflammation, disturb blood pressure regulation during sleep, and can even trigger irregular heart rhythms, especially in seniors. And while a cookie or a scoop of ice cream may seem harmless, the hidden cost can be restless. Nights, higher health risks, and lower energy throughout the day. But the good news is, you don't have to deny yourself a comforting evening ritual. You just need to choose wisely. Instead of sugary desserts, try a small banana, which is rich in potassium and magnesium, to relax muscles, or a handful of unsweetened berries. A cup of chamomile tea can also offer gentle sweetness without the sugar spike. With a few simple swaps, you can still enjoy your evenings and wake up feeling refreshed and renewed. Food number 3, citrus fruits. Fresh, juicy, and packed with vitamins. Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and pineapples seem like a healthy choice at any time of day. That's what Mr. Peter, a 75-year-old retired postman, believed. After dinner, while watching the evening news, he would peel a bright orange and savor every sweet, tangy bite. It became a comforting ritual, something that made him feel connected to the idea of eating healthy. But Peter soon noticed a pattern. On nights he enjoyed citrus fruits, he would wake up feeling bloated with a burning sensation climbing up his chest. Sometimes he would cough in the early hours or need to prop himself up with extra pillows to breathe more easily. What Peter didn't realize was that citrus fruits, while nutritious, are highly acidic. For seniors, especially those with even mild acid reflux or GERD, eating acidic foods before lying down can trigger serious discomfort. The muscle that separates the stomach from the esophagus, the lower esophageal sphincter, naturally weakens with age. This makes it easier for stomach acid to escape upward when lying flat, leading to heartburn, coughing, and disrupted sleep. Even though fruit is healthy, timing matters. Eating high-acid fruits right before bed can set off a chain reaction that not only interrupts your rest, but also stresses your esophagus and digestive system. Over time, chronic acid reflux can increase the risk of more serious complications like esophageal inflammation or breathing issues during sleep. The solution isn't to avoid fruit altogether, but to choose gentler options for the evening. Instead of citrus fruits, try a small banana, which is naturally soothing and helps relax muscles, or a few slices of a ripe pear, which are low acid and easy on the stomach. With a small adjustment to your nighttime habits, you can still enjoy a sweet, healthy treat without sacrificing your sleep or comfort. Food number 4, processed meats. For Mr. Walter. A 74-year-old retired factory worker, a small plate of crackers and bacon was the perfect evening treat. Every night around 9:30 p.m., he would sit in his favorite armchair, sip a little tea, and enjoy a few bites of salty, savory goodness. It felt comforting, familiar, something he had done for years without a second thought. But lately something had changed. Walter started waking up in the middle of the night with a tightness in his chest. Not sharp pain, but a heavy squeezing feeling that made him sit upright in bed, gasping for a deeper breath. At first, doctors found nothing alarming. His heart tests seemed normal. His oxygen levels were fine. But one simple question from a wise physician finally unlocked the mystery. What do you usually eat before bed? When Walter mentioned his nightly bacon snack, the doctor immediately saw the connection. Processed meats like bacon ham, sausage, and deli meats are loaded with sodium and saturated fats. For seniors, eating these foods before bed is especially risky. Sodium causes your body to retain water, raises your blood pressure, and forces your heart to work harder, just when it should be resting. Saturated fats thicken your blood and slow circulation, compounding the danger during sleep. When natural heart rhythms already slow down, together, high sodium and high fat create a perfect storm for cardiovascular stress at the worst possible time while you are sleeping. Even a small plate of processed meat can significantly elevate nighttime blood pressure and strain your heart, increasing the risk of a heart attack during the quiet hours of the night. The solution is simple but powerful. If you crave a savory snack in the evening, skip the bacon and cold cuts. Instead, opt for low-sodium turkey slices, a small handful of unsalted nuts, or a piece of grilled chicken from earlier in the day. These options provide satisfying protein without the hidden heart risks. With a small change in your nighttime habits, you can protect your heart and give yourself the peaceful, healing sleep your body deserves. Food number 5, aged cheese. At first glance, a few slices of cheese before bed might seem harmless, even comforting. That was certainly the case for Mr. Fred, a 72-year-old former accountant who loved to unwind with a small plate of aged cheddar and crackers in the evening. It became his little nighttime reward, a moment to relax and savor something familiar. But soon Fred noticed his nights growing more restless. Although he was in bed for 8 hours, he often woke up feeling exhausted, foggy, and strangely unsettled. His dreams became vivid, disjointed, and sometimes even disturbing. The hidden culprit was the aged cheese itself. Aged cheeses like cheddar, blue cheese, Swiss, and Gouda are high in a substance called tyramine. Tyramine stimulates the brain by triggering the release of norepinephrine, a hormone that increases alertness and raises heart rate. Instead of winding down for the night, Fred's brain was being chemically pushed into a state of heightened activity, disrupting his sleep cycles, especially the deep restorative REM stage. Interrupted REM sleep doesn't just make you tired. Over time, it can impair memory, mood, and cognitive function, increasing the risk of falls confusion and even depression in seniors. What feels like a harmless snack can quietly chip away at your well-being night after night. The good news is that you don't have to give up all dairy at night. It's about choosing the right type. Instead of aged cheeses, opt for softer dairy options like cottage cheese, low-fat, Greek yogurt, or a glass of warm milk. These alternatives are naturally higher in tryptophan, a compound that promotes relaxation and supports restful sleep. By making a simple swap, you can still enjoy a comforting evening ritual without paying the price in restless nights and groggy mornings. Food number 6. Alcohol. For many seniors, a small glass of wine before bed feels like a comforting ritual. That was true for Ms. Martha, a 70-year-old retired librarian who enjoyed unwinding each evening with a modest pour of red wine. She believed it helped her relax, fall asleep faster, and leave the day's worries behind. And at first, it seemed to work. Martha would drift off easily, feeling calm and content. But over time, she noticed that her mornings were different. Instead of waking up refreshed, she often felt groggy, irritable, and even slightly disoriented. What Martha didn't realize was that alcohol, although it acts like a sedative, at first actually disrupts the quality of sleep, especially for older adults. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the deep restorative stage when the brain processes memories, regulates emotions, and repairs the body. While alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, it fragments your sleep cycle, leading to more frequent awakenings, dehydration, and reduced cognitive clarity in the morning. Even small amounts of alcohol can have these effects, and the impact is greater in seniors because the body processes alcohol more slowly with age. Fragmented sleep not only leaves you tired, but also increases the risk of falls confusion and poor balance, serious concerns for anyone over 60. The solution isn't necessarily to give up a glass of wine forever, but timing is critical. If you choose to enjoy alcohol, try to do so earlier in the day, at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. On evenings when good sleep is especially important, skip alcohol entirely and opt for a soothing alternative instead. A warm cup of chamomile tea, lemon balm, tea, or even a glass of warm oat milk can help you relax naturally without disrupting your sleep. Protecting your nighttime rest isn't just about comfort. It's about safeguarding your brain, your balance, and your quality of life. Choosing wisely tonight could mean waking up stronger, steadier, and clearer tomorrow. It's a surprising truth, isn't it? Foods we've trusted for years, small comforts like a piece of cheese, a glass of wine, or a sweet slice of cake, can quietly work against us as we age, especially when eaten right before bed. They don't just disrupt our sleep. They constrain our hearts, confuse our minds, and steal the deep healing rest that our bodies desperately need after 60. But today you have something many others don't knowledge, and with knowledge comes power. You don't have to make drastic, overwhelming changes overnight. Even one small shift, like swapping a heavy dessert for a banana or skipping that late-night bacon snack, can mean a better night's sleep, a steadier heart, and a stronger, brighter tomorrow. Remember, growing older isn't about losing control. It's about gaining wisdom. It's about choosing foods, habits, and routines that honor the body you've built and cared for all these years. So, tonight take a small but meaningful step. Choose one thing you learned today to adjust in your evening routine. Protect your heart, nourish your brain, give yourself the peaceful, restoring sleep that you deserve. Because at the end of the day, good sleep isn't a luxury. It's a lifeline, and with every wise choice, you're building a stronger future, one night at a time. If you found today's video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone you care about. And let's start a conversation which of these 6 foods surprised you the most. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical, heartfelt advice on living stronger, longer, and wiser after 60. Thank you for spending this time with me. Sleep well, stay strong, and stay wise.